Well, hello everyone, and welcome to Fresh from the Field Fridays on this lovely, lovely Friday here in the San Francisco Bay. Dan the Produce Man here with you, and today's Fresh from the Field Fridays is brought to you by the Produce Industry Network and sponsored by Buck Naked Onions, Equifruit, the only banana you should buy. Sunrays, snack with impact. Oh, yes, it's a beautiful day here in the San Francisco Bay, but we are all over the place today because we have a special guest here with us today. We're going to talk all things really cool SPUDS. Jessica Congdon is with us here from RPE Natural Selections. Jessica, welcome to Fresh from the Field Fridays.
Hi, Dan. Thank you for having me. Glad to be here.
It's a real pleasure. Now, Jessica, all these potatoes that we always see in the stores here, man, I tell you, the innovation that has happened with SPUDS since, over the years, since at least when I started in fresh produce is really, really cool. I mean, I would never have guessed, back in the mid 70s when I started that potatoes would be packed in a nice tray that you could actually just throw them in the microwave and cook them.
Well, thank you for saying that, Dan. You're right. I mean, potatoes are Americans' favorite vegetable, and innovation certainly is part of the story of the potato. Consumer consumption habits have changed, and we try to keep up with that, bringing our consumers the types of potato products they want, whether it's, different varieties, different sizes. Of course, those seasonings and those convenience value add trays, perfect for those busy weeknights. And it's summer, greatest time of the year, in my humble opinion. And
yes, absolutely.
I'm based in central Wisconsin. So when the sun is shining for 12 plus hours a day, the temperatures are warm, the last thing I want to do is be in my kitchen cooking, a big old meal. So those Tasteful Selections micro trays are perfect for those weeknights. And I want to be outside. I want to be cooking on the grill. So Tasteful Selections and all the potatoes actually from RPE strive to, save people time in the kitchen.
So why don't we talk about that real quick? Potatoes on the grill. Now,
Yes.
I have right here this handy dandy package of fingerlings, mixed variety fingerlings, gold fingerlings, red Russian banana, I believe, purple. I don't remember all the variety names, but I used to carry them in my store. So this would be great on the grill, right?
Fingerlings are amazing on the grill. And right, what you have there, Dan, that is the mesh pillow sunset fingerlings. That's the medley, the tricolor. The way I like fingerlings, you just give them a quick rinse. All of our potatoes are pre-washed, but I like to rinse them just because, and
just to be safe. Okay.
Yeah, you just slice them in half lengthwise, toss them with oil and your favorite seasoning. And those fingerlings, because of that nice oblong shape, perfect to go right on the grill. You get those grill marks, and the red potatoes, that because of the sugars in there, the naturally occurring sugars, they kind of caramelize a little bit. Purple potatoes, they have a natural nutty flavor. And when you add the heat from the grill, it just enhances that nuttiness. And of course, the yellow, the golds are kind of a favorite of people. So those two, even better on the grill. And then that shape is perfect for dipping, right? You're dipping, you're dunking. Fingerlings, fantastic for that. Yeah, pull some of those out and let's take a look at them. So you can see, Dan, how easy those would be to rinse, slice, toss, and grill.
I wouldn't even rinse it, but that's me. And nutty on the grill, hey, that's a lot of fun. That's something I would enjoy doing. Just don't want to get too close to it.
But, they're playful. They're a perfect shape, and something different, right? Sometimes people see fingerlings on their plate in like a higher end restaurant, you can bring that right home, impress your guests if you're having people over for that backyard cookout. They might have been intimidated to try a fingerling. This is a great way to experiment and try something different. We're always looking for something different, right?
So
As
instead of, playing the first part of Stairway to Heaven on your guitar or your little, to
yeah,
impress your guests,
yes,
cook 'em up some spuds on the grill. Now, do you have to poke any holes in these first? I mean, should you
no,
pierce them with a fork or a
no,
pin or
no,
anything?
because
No?
once you
That's good,
slice
huh?
them, you've punctured that skin enough that
Oh, so slice.
they'll cook perfectly.
Wait a minute. You're saying this don't grill these whole?
No, I would slice them in half
Slice them in
lengthwise.
half lengthwise. Okay. Alright, no, that makes sense, and then maybe, uh, toss them in some olive oil or something and then throw them on
Yes,
there so they
yes,
yeah, okay. Wow.
yeah.
Okay, and you can do the round ones on the grill too if you want, folks, but, there's no rules,
Certainly. Especially those nibbles that you have there too. Nibbles are fantastic because
the
they're so
nibbles.
small. You can see how quick those would cook.
How would you do these on the grill? Sorry for all the noise of me cutting the packages open, folks, but I didn't want to pre-open them. I wanted the whole effect here. How would
Well, if you
you
were going to put those on the
grill
grill,
these?
I would do a grill basket. Just
Oh,
because
that's right.
imagine that you've put it in there with your onions or your zucchini, whatever you like to grill. Toss that in your grill basket. You can give it a quick shake. That's easy. If you like to use a smoker, put it in your smoker. Can you imagine how wonderful those
Ooh,
nibbles would be?
man, that sounds good.
Yes. And here's another little secret too. If you are cooking meat and then you want to have your vegetables underneath that, the drippings from your meat can come
Oh,
off
yes.
and kind of coat your potatoes and infuse it. It's just kind of another elevated experience and way to enjoy potatoes outdoors or when you're outdoor cooking.
Wow, man, that sounds fantastic. So, okay, and then, real quick,
Yeah.
these beautiful now this is just one of many, folks, the American Chop House. Absolutely delicious. Can throw these in the microwave, like you said.
Yes.
You don't want to fire up the kitchen on a hot
Yep.
day. Just put these bad boys in the oven or the
Microwave.
microwave, and then just cook
Yep.
them like it says on there. Swish them around. I added
Hmm.
olive oil. It says to add some butter in here,
Sure.
whatever one you want. And then there's a little seasoning packet. You just dump that in there in the potato. I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is seasoned like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, that chop house,
Mm, mm, mm.
that's a custom blend, to go along with any of those meats. You think about when you go to the chop house or a steak house and you're getting your protein. And what goes better with that than, of course, a side of potatoes?
Jessica, just keep talking because I have a whole tray here to eat. So,
No problem. I've always had something to say. And if you're talking
well,
about potatoes, even more so to say.
well, and there's the other varieties here too.
Yes.
There's the garlic and herb or garlic and burnt
We have
butter, I
garden
think.
herb. So our micro trays come in a variety of flavors. We've got garden herb, loaded potato, American chop house, garlic parmesan, um, roasted garlic brown butter. And if you're wondering what's in the store near you, because now you're salivating, you want to try this weekend. If you go to tastefulselections.com, you can see the store locator. So you just, punch in your zip code. It'll pull up the stores near you, and you can see which kind of products that we have. And run out, grab a tray, grab two. I mean, they're 16 ounces. So if you've got a couple people coming over, you want to offer variety. We're a 4-person household. My husband and I might like one thing while the kids like something else. It's simple. You can get a couple different flavors to try or to share, or just for yourself.
All right, don't lag. Grab a tray or grab a bag and get yourself some tasteful selections. This just in, folks. All right. Well, I lost it. Maybe it's on the other page. Potatoes. are more energy packed than any other popular vegetable. They provide carbohydrates and potassium and energy, a nutrient-dense nutritional powerhouse. You got to have those carbs if you're going to be lifting those weights, folks. You got to have them. You know, I know a lot of folks shy away from carbs, and there's specific diets that you do where you do shy away from carbs. But this is all; these aren't empty carbs here. This is full carbs.
Those are good carbs that are going to keep you energized for the day. You know, we're talking about summer, all kinds of activities. Are you hiking? Are you kayaking? What are you doing today? You want to be energized, have the stamina, and potatoes are great for that. They're tasty, of course, but as you just pointed out, Dan, full of nutrition, potassium, and energy to fuel your summer day.
And these are all grown in California, right? These are California potatoes. Is that correct?
Well, Tasteful Selections is out of California, but we have growing regions across the country. And we also have, we do some growing up with one of our grower partners up in Canada. We have a growing location in Southern Georgia, but then, but predominantly on the western part of the country, kind of varies by season and crop rotation.
All right, fantastic. All right, folks, we're going to take a quick break. Jessica Congdon is with us from Tasteful Selections. We're going to hear from our wonderful sponsors, and we'll be back right after this.
Fiadini with Walk and Talk, the restaurant life. If you follow the show, thank you. We really appreciate the support. If you don't follow the show and you're a foodie or a chef or you're into the restaurant world, this is your home. Check us out. We sincerely appreciate it. All about the food. We're filming chefs, their food creations in the best establishments near you. All right, so let me tell you where you can find us. We're on YouTube, we're on Newsbreak, we're all over the internet. We're also streaming on your TV with Roku, Android TV. You can find us on the Amazon app, and very soon, Apple TV.
Come on. All right, folks. Welcome back to Fresh from the Field Fridays. Dan the Produce Man here with you, along with Jessica Congdon from Tasteful Selections, RPE, which stands for Ready Potatoes Experts, or Radical Potato Express, or Red Potato Expression.
It's like Boggle. We're playing Boggle. You take RPE. What else can you make from those letters? But in all seriousness, Dan, RPE used to stand for Russet Potato Exchange, but we're so much more than russets. You kicked off the show talking about innovation, and RPE really has continued to innovate over the years, and I'm grateful to be here today to talk about some of our potato products And thank you for showing those all there in front of you. Can we chat a little bit about American Blend? Just, because we've been talking about summer
American
and
Blend. Yeah, sure. Yeah, let's talk about American Blend. Let's see here.
over a little. There you go.
Well, the red, white, and blue, of course, folks. Red potatoes. Gold, I think they're gold. I don't think they're white.
Yeah.
And some purple spuds. So, but it's red, white, and blue. It's patriotic. It's good stuff.
It is. It's a great way to, celebrate the spirit of summer, like we've been talking about, and think about all the things you could make with that medley. It is a limited time offer, only available through Labor Day. Some of those.
That's right, folks. It's a limited time offer for these spuds. Get them now, because by midnight on Labor Day, they're going to be gone. Now, how much would you pay?
Exactly. And between now and Labor Day, how many different ways can you have fun with that American Blend and different recipes you can, make up? Think about all those events you're going to this summer.
Well, according to this book here called Potato by Alex Barker and Sally Mansfield, you can make potato salads with these potatoes. Just cut them in half, and that's all you got to do. Or the nibbles, you don't even have to cut them. But I have a curried potato salad with mango dressing. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. If you guys can get this book, get the book called Potato. I have another one here too. Another potato book, but this was the one that caught my eye for that specific recipe. But anyway, just a little side note there. There's more things you can do with Tasteful Selections SPUDS.
Yes.
Okay, now here's a little bit larger size. This is what we call a B, Well, I'll tell you something, Jessica. What has happened over the years with potatoes is this is considered a B-size potato. Now, check this out.
Yeah.
When I was several years ago, this size potato right here would be considered a C-size potato. This would be a B, all right? They would call them creamers, all right? Mm-hmm. Then people got smart in the potato industry. These are no longer C-size potatoes. C-size potatoes are now this size. So now what you have here is these are called marble potatoes. Okay, and you can get a big premium for these. I think these for a 50-pound box goes for like $120. Okay, so at least on the wholesale produce market. So they switched that from C to this being C, and now this being B. And then, of course, your larger potato would be an A-size potato. So it kind of changed over the years for marketing purposes, and very smart to do that.
Well, consumer purposes.
Well, that's who you're marketing to. Sure. Yeah, the consumers. Absolutely. But it's just kind of, I'm not saying RPE did this. That potato industry did this because creamers were going for, it was, $40 a box or something, but they had to really change it to this. And it's all right, because these little marble potatoes, I mean, I know you wanted to do we did that one. But these, you just take these, what I like to do is I take them like this, sprinkle some olive oil on them. I take them and I throw them onto a tray in my oven.
Oh.
And where they land is how they cook. Okay. So anyway, there's so many different things that you can do with these spuds. Mm-hmm. They're in all the stores. They're in Gelson's. They're in where are they?
Well, again, really depends on where you live, which is why we love to point out the store locator on tastefulselections.com. That'll tell you what's available where, because as you pointed out, Dan, I mean, you just have a few items in front of you, and Tasteful Selections, all our varieties and our bag styles and bag sizes and potato sizes. It's really based on where you live and which retailer you shop. where you want to go and get your Tasteful Selections. And, then it's kind of all up to you and how you want to prepare them. But yeah, I would really recommend that store locator.
Do we have that little that B-roll of the bag of potatoes swinging? Do we have that somewhere? Massive. And I've seen them in Safeway. And I think did I see them in Nob Hill Foods? Well, you see, around this country, there's different, different supermarkets. A lot of them are owned by Albertsons these days, or Kroger, which we've been dealing with that. But anyway, so all right, so we got all these SPUDS. We're happy with the SPUDS and tastefulselections.com. What about grocers out there or wholesalers that want to get a hold of you and carry these in their distribution centers? What how do they go about doing that?
Well, I would say that if anybody's wants to know more about Tasteful Selections and carrying them in their store, I would go to our RPE LinkedIn or RPE website, which is rpeproduce.com. Love to connect and see how we can help you out.
And it's mainly wholesale for retail, or do you do any food service?
We do a lot of food service.
Very good.
We have a food service team. Could happily connect with our food service team if that's what fits your needs. We have retail team. We have a food service team.
Great. All right. Well, hey, folks, check it out. Jessica Congdon with Tasteful Selections RPE produce here. There's fantastic potatoes.
Thank you.
And it's summertime, and don't move the potatoes out of your summer dishes, because there's so much you can do with them. Thank you for joining me today here on Fresh from the Field Fridays. Hey, folks, be sure to tune into the Produce Industry Podcast every Monday with Patrick Kelly, as well as the Produce Industry Show on YouTube and the Produce Industry app. You got to have that. Download that now on your smartphone, on your watch. Hey, I don't have a watch. Download it on your watch. Heck, download it anywhere you can download an app to. And check out the History of Produce series with John Papp, the Global Fresh series with Juanita Gallio. It's all right here on the Produce Industry Network. And check out my YouTube and Rumble pages called Dan the Produce Man, and all my social media can be found at dantheproduceman.com. Until next time, this is Dan the Produce Man reminding you that it's always best when you get it fresh.